Welcome to another episode of Can You Connect? I'm Mr.WalkThatWalk, and today's episode we're going to be going over dating or talking to somebody who is struggling with cluster C personality disorder, which is avoidant personality disorder, dependent personality disorder, and obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. But the first one we are going to do is, avoidant personality disorder. This person is a Caucasian male from the U.S. He explains often feeling uncomfortable during social interactions in public, which will cause him to shake a bit uncontrollably. He often feels bad before going out, during when he's out, and afterwards when he gets back. And then would think about something, a bad interaction, or maybe something he didn't want to say that he said, so he felt like he did something wrong. So he goes over those bad interactions that he had, even though they might not have been bad at all to the other person. The worst, and he usually takes the worst of what people say and how they look, and often pay attention to how they look at him and would feel judged by them. He explained having no self-esteem due to not feeling good at anything, and if he does accomplish something, it doesn't matter because he doesn't have anybody to talk to. He pointed out not wanting to go anywhere or share his opinion with anybody, and would usually be impatient and quick to anger. And he discloses that he will often say bad things about himself and about other people, and at times can be sarcastic. Sometimes he might be good at something but feel egotistical about it if he boasts about it. So that will cause him not to say anything about it. During preschool, he will often try to run and hide behind a tree so he doesn't have to go to school. While in elementary, he would act like he's sick, not to deal, so he doesn't have to go to school to deal with people, so he wants to stay home. And always criticize when doing wrong growing up, and never really being praised. So these are things that he felt like kind of caused him to have avoidant personality disorder. Our next person is going to be a Caucasian woman from the UK. She explained all of a sudden not wanting to go out or go anywhere, and she would have to lie to her family or friends, to make an excuse about not going out. However, with work, when she needed a mental health day, she would act like she's sick just to get that time off so that she's able, when she's feeling real bad. While at work, she would often ask if people are okay, multiple times. And sometimes her coworkers would call her out about that. She explained that when people are quiet, she feels as though she did something wrong for them to be quiet and not talk to her. So she wants to question and make sure they're good, and she'll ask that multiple times a day. She goes over her experience working as a probation officer, saying that it was hard to be there due to nobody talking because of being so busy with work. Therefore, she will often leave the job and stay silent for hours, to the point where she just decided not to work anymore because of that. While talking to somebody, she often looks for disapproval. And at one point, a coworker was playing around with her, telling her to grow up, but he gave a serious face, so it looked like he wasn't playing. So she didn't know or couldn't tell that he was being sarcastic. So she felt pretty hurt by it, to the point where she went in another room and cried about it. But due to the other coworker, pulling him to the side and be like, yo, like, she could be a bit sensitive about stuff. And then after that, he apologized about it, and she felt better after he apologized about it. She goes over how if her boyfriend is invited out without her, she feels like she did something wrong, or that his friends don't like her. And when she is out with her boyfriend's friends, she wouldn't talk to anybody until they speak to her first. And she mentioned having a negative interaction with one of her boyfriend's friends. And she said that she could tell when people are not good people, and she knew he wasn't one. So apparently, I guess he didn't stay long in the friend group due to maybe him causing a lot of drama. She pointed out that she will often say anything to have somebody like her, to the point where she may like a certain individual, but if somebody else says they don't like them, then she'll say she don't like them. So she will go out her way to change her whole view just to make sure that she's liked. As a waitress, when she worked as a waitress, she would often tell some of her customers that was women that she was lonely and that she didn't have any friends, to the point where somebody felt, bad enough for her that they left her number so that they could get in contact and become friends. But so far, she only has one friend, and often struggles with eye contact and, due to feeling a bit intimidated when speaking to people. So that will conclude, avoidant personality disorder. Our next one is going to be dependent personality disorder. Now, I couldn't find much about this, funny enough. So we're just going to go off the hip like we did with the other one. So this one's going to be this person is going to be completely reliant on you for everything. Whatever life decision y'all making as a team, you're not making it as a team because you're making a decision. They're going to be like, what do you want to do for your birthday? Whatever you want to do. What? You know what I do? If you like doing something, I'll do that. I'm like, okay. Be like, are you sure you want to do this? Do you like this? They may not like it at all, but they do it. They do it because they're dependent on you. They're like, I don't like this, but you like it, so I like it. It could be tearing them up inside, but they're going to do it anyway. They ain't gonna say nothing because they're very dependent. Excuse me, dependent on you. You know, they move when you move. They cook what you like. What you like? I cook that. Sorry, I'm laughing too much, but I'm playing too much. That's why this happened. It's okay. But yeah, that's it for that person. There, you know, you just have to be. You have to be okay with making every single decision for y'all. You have to be okay with that. You have to, when they mean you're taking the lead for everything. If you're choosing to deal with somebody who has dependent personality disorder, they're gonna be clingy. They're gonna be want to go wherever you go, and that's it. But they're gonna listen. They're gonna do whatever you want to do. So they may just they're just not expressing how they really feel. So I don't know. I don't know how it will go. I mean, you just have to be comfortable with the way they act. So it's different. I will say that it's definitely different if you're dealing with somebody who's uber dependent. That's a different type of submissive. But our next one, the last one, is going to be obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. And our person is going to be a Caucasian lady from the United States. She discusses always trying to be perfect, and if she is not suffering, then she feels like she's not doing a good job. And she often goes out her way to do other things that's not even what she's supposed to do in a task, because she wants to go above and beyond. So she's going above and beyond for everything, to the point where she's usually have no energy for anything else, and will often get burned out and never feeling satisfied due to not completing her goals, because she spent so much time on this one thing. And she always trying to raise the bar to something, to take it up another notch, which will often make her get and feel depressed. And in her mind, it's never enough time to complete tasks, and spend too much time on it, to the point where she's not doing any self-care. She doesn't get fixed on something, so it doesn't get done. Her classwork, like her work assignments, don't get done because she's overdoing one assignment. And always feeling like she needs to do more, and need to get 100% on the grade, but still not feeling like it's enough, even when she gets it to the point where it causes her to have a breakdown. And that will be her. And our next person is going to be a Hispanic or Latin male who lives in the U.S. He explains when younger, he was a perfectionist about everything, and everything in his life had an order. And he remembers at 10 or 11 feeling like everything just needed to be clean. He says at 16 to 17, it was controlling his life because he was being too hard on himself with school. And at times he would go out his way to make his bedroom look perfect and go out his way to make his self-image look perfect. And oftentimes feeling controlled by it. And feeling as though he has no control over himself. Having trouble with friends due to feeling like the other person is wrong for the way that they think, and always feeling like he's thinking the right way. And he wanted to do acting, but due to having no control over himself, it made him a bit scared to pursue that passion of his. So this will conclude his story, and we are going to finish up here. So we are going to be supporting thank you for watching. We're going to be supporting a Black-owned business, which is going to be a clothing brand from the dancehall artist Spice. Is called Gracie Noors. I'll put that in the description below. And of course, definitely support the person who's doing my intro and outro songs, and the person who made the avatar to my videos, and of course myself. I'm a clinical social worker for the state of Maryland, so I could provide individual, couples, or family therapy. So if you're interested in any of these things, definitely check out the description below. And y'all definitely have a good rest of the night or a good rest of the day.
What can we do to teach a lesson?